So it's a reality that many people try to ignore or think that it might not apply to them. And you might have experienced this for yourself when you choose to be in the company of those who are negative or insecure or destructive, and you found that it begins to affect you. And regardless of the strength you have as an individual, no one is immune, right? Who we choose to spend time with is most who we will likely become. It's like gravity, right? We have to accept it. We have to work in harmony with this law or become comfortable paying the price for ignoring it. So what I'm saying is that by law, bad corrupts good company. And therefore, when we allow ourselves to be surrounded by people who habitually blame others, right? They gossip or they consistently make excuses for their shortcomings, right? People who generally don't take ownership or responsibility for their actions, then the inescapable fact is that sooner or later, you're going to resemble them. And here's the sobering truth. You won't even recognize the impact that these people are having on you, at least not at first, right? And you want to know why? The answer is because our character, the changes in our character, happen slowly over time. It's not like, negative people suddenly push us off course with one swoop action, because if they did, we'd recognize that that's happening and we'd fight back to protect ourselves. But it just doesn't happen that way. Instead, it happens slowly and incrementally over time. So for this week, let's choose to be aware of our environment and our surroundings. Let's be intentional with who we choose to spend our time with, right? Be it with our friends or family or even our work colleagues. But let's take it one step further and consider also what we choose to allow into our space. Now, I'm talking about things like TV, and the media, who spend millions of dollars to influence your way of thinking, right? We have to ask ourselves, if we allow, ourselves to be an audience to this external pressure, these noises that compete for our attention, right? And it serves to cloud our character. If we're being influenced and sharpened by the right people, because when we surround ourselves with positive people, like Tony Robbins said, we're more likely to adopt empowering beliefs and see life as happening for us instead of to us. And likewise, we suffer when those in our business or our social circles are negative or narrow-minded. So throughout this week, I encourage you to ask if the people you choose to surround yourself with, right, do they act to magnify the joy that you're experiencing in life? Ask if the messaging that you're allowing yourself to be exposed to, does it add meaning to your life? Is it pushing you to focus on the good in your life, right? Towards momentum and change in a positive way? Is it adding potential to you as a person? Ask if you continue to allow this to happen over an extended period of time, where does it lead you? Oh, and here's one last thought. What about your kids? Are you playing an influential role in that area of their lives as well? In other words, are you acting to ensure that their circle of influence is positive and supportive as well? After all, we're simply a reflection and a product of our environment. Now, peak performers, right? We have people who support our goals, right? On our team and in our social networks. It's like this. If you want to be successful, realize that you can't do it alone. You need to be intentional in surrounding yourself with people who you believe to be successful in the areas that you want to be, right? If you want to be a better person, be intentional in surrounding yourself with people whose values and character you admire. In other words, work in harmony with this law and ensure that you keep company that, when you choose to surround yourself with people, ensure that they have the caliber that's consistent with the best version of who it is you want to be, right? So that's today's Monday Motivation. And until next time, I'm Certified High Performance Coach Damian Vanderberg, your coach for life.